Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth. If I don't say it any place else in this video, let me say it now. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and share, and like. So whatever it does, I don't know what it does, but I guess to be official, I have to say those things. So I'm being official and I'm saying those things. It's been a long time since I did one of these Gerard's kissing after dark type of fireside chats, as you might want to call them. So I thought today might be a good day to do it. So, what we do before we get started. We get us a little something, something to drink. Good old coffee. We start with a little music. And what better music for me to chat to you too would be in here. Porn music. Let me see. Nice, sexy music. Okay. Okay. So if you hear a little distraction in the background, that's what you're listening to. You're listening to porn music. It's a good relaxing form of music if you want to relax by yourself or with somebody else. But wait. Ha 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 ha. This is not just another part of me. I know you missed it. I know I have. Ooh, ooh. And while while I put this on, you guys check this out. My son came to me and asked me if I would help him and his friends do a project. I said, sure. What did you want to do? They asked me if I could help them make a video. So I said, yeah, I can help you make a video. I said, what's it about? So they said it's about on propaganda and promotions, advertisement. I said, oh. So I read the outline from the teacher, and I said, sure, I can help you do that. So with no further ado, this is my commercial I did with him and his friends. And while you're watching that, I'll put this where it needs to be. I'll be right back.
Hello everybody, my name is Rafael Miguel Galang. I want to tell you about my product. It's called Rafael's Gel. I use it every day and my friend do also. Hi, I'm Darek. I use Rafael Gel. When I go to school, I look good and feel smarter. Hello everybody, my name is Andre. I use Rafael Gel when I play sport. I look good and sweat a lot. So join me and my friends the next time you want to look good. Get my gel, Raphael's gel, sold in stores everywhere.
So what you think about that? You think it hit the mark? For some of you who didn't see it and went too fast, watch it again.
Hello everybody, my name is Rafael Miguel Galang. I want to tell you about my product. It's called Raphael's Gel. I use it every day and my friend do also. Hi, I'm Darek. I use Raphael Gel. When I go to school, I look good and feel smarter. Hello everybody, my name is Andre. I use Rafael Gel when I play sport. I look good and swear a lot. So join me and my friends the next time we want to look good. Get my gel, Raphael's gel, sold in stores everywhere.
It was just a little something I threw together for them. It was fast and it was relatively easy. My being that you know how does Trump call it? Stable genius, I guess it is. No, it was easy to come up with a small commercial for them, and understanding that it wasn't about giving them a lot of dialogue to speak to. It was about just making it quick, to the point, and selling a product. And so I was successful, and I thought I was. I went to the printer to have some T-shirts done, and it's very bad printed, very badly printed. You know, I wanted the front and the back done. They only did the front, and so But see, the Philippines, you might as well know now. Taking stuff back and complaining, it's not like the U.S. where you can think you can go back and say, "Look, I demand to have my money back." You don't do that in the Philippines, Even when I have prints done, I know everything is counted for them. And you got to understand, any type of waste or anything like this, it's coming out of their salary. It's not like, it's everything is accounted for. Is what I'm trying to say. I remember working as a black and white printer in Hollywood, and one of our accounts were the Howard Hughes organization. And the Howard Hughes organization, whenever they sent pictures through to be printed or be copied, someone from the Howard Hughes organization was standing with us at every station. And if there was any waste or any misprints, they would collect it and put it in a bag, just to keep control over any images that may have gotten in the way of Howard Hughes. That's how important it was for them to make sure that to keep control over the image. So sometimes it's just to hey take an L and just say okay, cool. It is what it is. I know not to come that way again. So anyway, the printing. This is the one that has a lot of a collage of a lot of my being involved in the Filipino culture, and it's a form of my promoting myself, which is what I want to do. But what I want to talk to you about is uh, since I was talking about the boys and my sons and everything. I know when I was young, you know, my my fascination with women or with girls, you know, um, uh, it was in the South, yeah, but I think more on an individual level, it came from nude photos of my mother. That I used to see nude photos of my mother, and my mother was raw. I mean, let me tell you, my father was a photographer. He was a photographer, and I mean, my God, I was like, wow, wow, like that. And so it became a focus of my sexual, gratification, I guess you might say, and and that's why to this day, I don't plunder. If you don't know what plundering means, I don't look. I just don't be going through other people's shit to be going through other people's shit because I think I found the Rock of Gibraltar, finding those pictures of my mother. So ever since then, people's other things just don't faze me. What people have, it just don't matter. You know what I'm saying? What people are hiding, I just don't care. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I wish people would feel about me. Whatever I'm doing or whatever I have or whatever I'm stashing, just leave it alone. It has nothing to do with you. As my mother would say, it doesn't have your name on it. And my being a photographer, I always tell whoever it is I'm with, look, if there's something that you want to see, if there's something you want to know, I said, just ask me and I will show you. But What you take upon yourself to snoop and find out on your own behind my back, don't bring that to me. You handle that because you had no business going through my things. Even on the computer, that's exactly how I feel. You know. So anyway, that was a very young age. So anyway, so here in the Philippines, the culture's different. You always have to understand that the culture is different before you can actually, speak on things. Because if you speak on things based on your Western upbringing, not only is it not going to be on point, but it's going to miss the mark. Because they won't understand. What's the? It's not that they're saying what's the big deal. The deal is just that they don't understand where all this is coming from. Like I remember when I saw a Filipino girl when I first came to the Philippines, and I was looking at her. I said, "Damn, girl, you got some nice legs." And she said, "What?" I said, "You got some nice legs." She said, "Legs? Everybody got legs." I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Oh, what a great." I said, "Yeah, well, yeah." What can I say? Can I take that time? Should I try to take up the time to explain to her about the contour of her thighs, the thickness of her calf, the way her ankles into her feet and her toes? And I mean, should I try to explain all that to her? No, because as far as her understanding of legs, they're just used to walk on. So anyway, I say this that when I was uh so my boys, you know we have a housekeeper. We have a housekeeper stay with us for a month and then they go home. And over the time these housekeepers, they don't come from home where there's you know I mean, uh I don't want to say impoverished, but they come from homes that where they run out of things a lot. We'll just leave it at that. They run out of things a lot. That's the best way to describe it. So anyway, we created, the boys have their room and we created a room on the side. And and they slept there because I wanted them to have their own privacy. The girls were 17, another girl was like 20, and I wanted them to have their own privacy. And besides, you know, the boys are getting in that age where I think they are understanding the different development between the sexes. So anyway, we had one older one come in, and she was old. She didn't want to sleep by herself, so she slept on the floor in the boys' room because that's the Filipino culture. You see, the Filipino culture is that sometimes it calls for, you know, 5 people in a bed. You know what I'm saying? Or 8 people in a room. Like this. I'm not saying it's all like that, but it's not uncommon, for that to occur. So anyway, we have another housekeeper now. You know, and because the mattress in there, she automatically starts sleeping in the boys' room. And then, the next night I went upstairs because I do an inspection. In my house, I do an inspection every morning. I take the housekeeper, I walk around and say, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, clean this, like this, and clean, oh, you missed this, did you do this, like this. Not as a tyrant, but just to let them know, that I am aware of their cleaning abilities and how they're cleaning and what needs to be cleaned, what she needs to focus more attention on. And so when I go upstairs, I notice that the mattress is in the boardroom. I say, "You sleeping in here?" And I said, "Oh, okay." So anyway, so I told her, I said, "You take your mattress, you put it on the other side, in the other room where it's supposed to be, and that's where you sleep." I said, "This is where there's a table in there. You have a dresser in there." I said, "This is your area. You are not supposed to sleep in the boys' room." Now, this housekeeper, she's she's nice, but the point of the matter is that they don't need to see a grown woman waking up every morning, getting up out of bed, you know, Raw or however it is, or or them, seeing her like that, it's just not appropriate. I guess the best word I can say is it's not appropriate. Now I know when I was young. I mean, can we talk? I know when I was young. I had an auntie. Who I did some things with that I should not have done some things with. But I was fascinated by them big breasts. Oh my God! We'll leave it at that. So I know, there's a time, that you know, and this is before the internet. God knows, what they may have seen or what they've learned or whatever it is on the internet. That's why those of us who who were functioning before in 1990, before the internet came out, before it blew up and AOL and all, those of us who were able to function without the internet or Google and all that stuff, God bless us, because we learn things, by trial and error. Hey, we learn things from, you know, experimenting, and it's a wonderful way to learn things. To be learning things today, but at the click of your fingers. I don't find that to be as challenging. Sure, you can find the information out, but and that leads us into relationships. So in the end of that story, she no longer sleeps with the boys. The boys sleep separate. And I asked someone, and I said, was I wrong? And someone said, no, you're not wrong. You're absolutely right. And then someone said, no, that's how they are. And I said, no. So it was 50-50 of the two people I asked, but Mia and I was kind of at odds. She couldn't understand. No, I know it. I said, no, I don't have to explain. And this is one of the rare times I put my foot down. I said, I don't have to explain. This is my house, and she will not sleep in the boys' room. Period. Like that. And I know, she kind of got the idea that I was serious, and that's what laid at, and that's what it is now. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, uh, uh, something happened. Speaking of Mia, you know, it's like, Mia, you know what you got when you got with me. You know, you know. First of all, let me say something. You know, here you have a lot of men who you has a nice strong camaraderie. And it's mostly based on two things. Either you're a drinker, you get together and drink beers, you know what I'm saying? Or either you're a sports fanatic. If you're a sports fanatic and you come in here and you want to socialize with other foreigners and all that stuff, then man, you'll fit right in. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter where you're from or whatever. As long as you can speak the stats of Yogi Berra or talk about I can't even name Michael Jordan. As long as you can talk about players and the games and have your pick for for the college basketball or whatever like this, then you're not going to fit in. I mean, like, I can't even name them, but if you want to name serial killers, I know all the serial killers. I can give you their stats, their body count, but I can't give you sports figures. You're not going to be part of the in crowd. You know? You're not going to get invited, hey, to come to places or be part of that clique, of foreigner and wives. Foreigner and wives. Because you have nothing in common with them. You know, you have more in common with the girls than you have with the men. Yeah, well, yeah, I understand that. That's why, I'm not saying, why do you remind me? I understand that because, I know me. You know what I'm saying? With respect, But the point of the matter is that, if you don't have those two things working for you, then chances are you're not going to fit in. So I was talking to Mia, and and Mia says, because we're having some people. This is going to get crazy this weekend. I'll try to let you know as we go along. But Mia said, why do you have single girls? Why don't you have married couples in your life? And two of the reasons was what I just explained to you. Another reason is that I don't have them. I have girls in my life. These are my friends. Wait. So now you got a problem. So now you got a problem with my having girlfriends. Oh, so this is the part where I'm supposed to change who I am. So I'm supposed to go out and grab some random couple, because they're married, and say, "No, let's be friends." No, I'm not doing that. No. You knew this when you married me. You knew this when like this. This is who I am. I have a lot of girlfriends, and I love them all to death. And they come and they say hello. I might put a load on here or there, or what have you. But I tell you, once you're in my life, you're in my life forever, and that's how it is. And sometimes people want to be told that I love you, or I miss you so much. Some people just want to feel. It doesn't mean that you love this person more than that person. It's just that I'm sending out some warm feelings, some warm emotions, some warm love to someone, to another human being. You see, that's what I'm doing. I want to bring a smile to your face through text. You know, and and it happens. So anyway, so when she said that to me, it's like, what? What? I said, oh no, no. Is this gonna be an avenue of friction? I hope not. I hope not, because you'll lose. You'll lose. Most of my girlfriends have become my girlfriends. She's like them. You may not like them at first when they walk into the door, but let me tell you about Filipino girls. Filipino girls they're definitely two kinds. They're introverts and extroverts. They're girls that can, who can get along in any situation, who can hold their own, who can laugh and joke, throw back a beer. One thing you don't see from me, I'm doing smoking a cigarette. I find that interesting. But anyway, you have that kind, and you have that kind who's like a wallflower. She can be in a group of rooms with other Filipino girls, and she's by herself. you know. And often I said to him, why are you by yourself? Look, these these are your people, But there's something that she's not accustomed with or being around that makes it uncomfortable for her to just dive in there. And I understand that. I understand that. Sometimes it's awkward for me because, I meet somebody and we're sitting here talking and chatting, and he has a wife, and we're sitting talking, and I expect my partner to be able to be the another part of me, and talk to that person's wife or whatever. Hi, how you doing? Where you guys meet? What you doing? And they talking about blah, and me and him talking about blah 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 like this, and that's how it, in a perfect world, how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be in a world that where that I walk in, I meet somebody blah blah blah, blah like this, and he has his wife or whatever, and then you drift off over there, or you go drift over there, and me and him talking. Well, see, I feel bad because she's not included. So my attention is being diverted from this person, really, because I don't really care about you other than the fact that I just met you. I care about my woman, And if she's unhappy, if she feels neglected, and she's walking away, and she's bored or whatever, then I need to. I need to handle that. But you see, on the flip side of that, see, if it was anybody else, I would think that okay, this is all game, this is all play. Okay, I'm gonna go over here and just like this and really make it known that I'm having a bad time. But it's not about that. It's just the way the person is. So anyway, so I'm not changing who I am. I'm not going to try to be something I'm not. I have a friend, and he was telling me about his wife. You know, I'm not going to tell that story. But anyway. So wait, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop this video right here because I'm gonna stop because I don't want it to go long. I don't want to go to 30 minutes or a half hour or whatever. I just want to stop and throw this in because this weekend's gonna get a little crazy. So I wanted to just have this little moment to myself to chat to you and let you know that that I miss these little fireside chats that we used to have, listening to porn music, drinking, But anyway, so. With that being said, you're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly and always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I'll be right back. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, formerly singer of the Temptation Went Some, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king. One thing I'm not here to try to psychoanalyze why men come to the Philippines, or be indifferent to how they met their wives. You know, mail order brides has been going on for centuries. You can watch any old Bonanza or any old late show like that back in the '60s, and they'll talk about mail order brides. You know, and it's women coming from oceans to meet someone to get married. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can't call them a whore. You can't call a woman who's looking to better herself or better her life, you know, uh, uh, um, something derogatory like that, you know, or call her a gold digger. I mean, fair exchange ain't no robbery. The couple I was going to tell you about, I met them. And my God, you talking about the guy? He is over the moon about being in the Philippines. I'm going to interview this guy. I'm going to go to his house. I'm going to kick it with him. I mean, he is just crazy about his 20-year-old Filipino girl, and he's living in a lap of luxury with the income he has monthly. I mean, and he himself. I don't know why foreigners are complaining. I mean, my God, you're living like a king here, like this. So I want to interview him because I really want to hang around this guy. This guy has a good attitude. Hey, I like that. So, so fair exchange ain't no robbery. If a woman is looking for a better life, and you are looking for a woman, and you click, so be it. So be it, man. So be it. There's no trap. It's only a trap when you let it become a trap. When it becomes lopsided, like that. But otherwise than that, man, you know, I'll always love you more. 25 minutes. Oh well. I'm over by 15, so sue me. I'll always love you more. I'll talk to you later. Peace.